Everybody can. I'm making myself laugh. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first August Media Academy. I know you're excited, okay? And I know you're asking yourself, Kels, what's going on? It's a different background. Yeah, duh, because we're in school. School is in session. This is more of a professional background, and I wanted to be able to kind of connect with you guys in a more scholarly fashion. Makes sense, right? Now you're like, oh, okay, you get it. So this episode, obviously, as you can see from the title, from the caption, from the thumbnail, is going to be about starting your YouTube in 2021. But it's also about me sharing with you the journey of starting a YouTube. As you can see, I'm brand new to YouTube, but I did a lot of research. Now, share that research with you. That is the whole point of my channel, Kels' Corner. It's going to be a one-stop shop for all your self-help improvement, financial freedom and literacy, and social media. This is why we're in class right now. And you're asking yourself, is it too late to start a YouTube in 2021? Is it really the 10th hour? No. We'll get into that in another video, really diving into whether YouTube is oversaturated or not. So this particular video, yes, as you can see, I did 100 hours of research. Yes, mostly because I was probably procrastinating, but I'm like a planner. So I wanted to kind of just fill my head with all of the knowledge. I think 100 hours is excessive, but as I was getting organized and figuring out what I wanted to focus on and my niche and all of this stuff that we're going to get into, I was listening to YouTube. So let's go ahead and check out how I did 100 hours of YouTube research. Roll playback.
Can you give me some tips on how to get started? I think what I always just say is,
I sit in this director's chair that I got from Amazon. I'll leave the link down below. And I got this pillow from Target, but this is just for...
I thought that 2018 was too late to start a channel. It is not too late.
What's up?
So this is stuff that will read well for a human, but also helps YouTube understand what your channel is about.
Honestly, I feel like we've been stuck at home for so long, and I was really debating what kind of content I wanted to create during this time.
Years ago, when I first started, I was actually still in school, and I was doing it very passionately.
You've been on YouTube for 10 years, and you've been crushing it. Also helping entrepreneurs, businesses, as well as...
I'm going to sit down here on this lovely table. Yes, you see, I was dedicated. I was dedicated to learning and filling my brain so that I can come to you and give you these tips and tools because I'm applying them at the same time that I'm trying to help you learn them. At least you know that I took the time and took it seriously to do the research so you don't have to watch 100 hours of videos. I did you a favor. You should be thanking me. These are many of the YouTubers that I used when trying to come up with these, succinct tips on the best way to start a YouTube in 2021. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. The first number one way or how to start a YouTube channel in 2021 is get organized. I know it's not like super fancy tip, is get organized. You want to formulate a plan, okay? It doesn't need to be an OCD, I have everything I'm gonna do plan, but you need to start developing your ideas. Get a piece of paper, write all of your ideas down. What is it you wanna do? What is it you wanna talk about? Anything goes in this phase, okay? We're gonna work on niching it down later, but for the first part, get organized. We wanna really get the juices flowing with creating the idea or formalizing a plan. Mix up some ideas, take some out. You're gonna rework it. Just, jot down any idea you have for your YouTube. If you're gonna do beauty, what are you going to do in beauty? You're going to do gaming. What do you want to talk about in gaming? Music and movies. What about it do you want to talk about? which kind of leads me to like the 3 basic questions I have when you're trying to figure out what you want to do. You ready? You have your pen? You have your paper? Let's get those 3 things. So the 3 things that you should ask yourself when getting organized and formulating a plan is: 1, what do you Google? What do you search? What do you look for constantly online? Like, what kind of information are you looking for? Okay. Number 2, what is your passion? What is your passion? Something I called like a passion topic. What can you spend hours talking about? What do you enjoy discussing? What gives you energy? You know, like for me, even though like I do makeup, I like to do makeup, I'm not really passionate about makeup. You know, another example is like student loans and student debt and education. I'm very higher education and funding higher education. I'm very passionate about it, and I like to talk about it, but it don't make me happy, you know? So that's what we want to focus on, is a topic that you love to talk about, but then also makes you happy, okay? And we'll put it together. Number 3, you want to think about when you're trying to get organized and formulate your plan is how can you help people, okay? So Google owns YouTube, and Google obviously is a searchable engine. So that's why when you search and you go to click something, you go, okay, how do I find something? How do I do something? YouTube videos pop up, you know, articles lower down, but YouTube videos are like the first line. So you need to think about YouTube as a search engine, because that's how YouTube is meant to be used. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but those are 3 questions that you can ask yourself when you're getting started and getting organized and figuring it out and working it. It's like a thesis, okay? Like in school, you did one draft, you did another rewrite, then your teacher came in and then like scratched everything out and you had to do it again, okay? So get organized, do it multiple times. Number 2, you ready for number 2? Number 2, oh, that's a B. 2. Okay, let me stop. Number 2 is start messy. Every single one of them said to just record, press record, do it now, press record, just start. And listen, if you know me personally, you know, you knew that I wanted to start a YouTube for a very long time, but I also struggle with that idea because I do have a more conservative job. I also have political aspirations. You know, one day I'll be secretary, Madam Secretary. But so I really fought the idea of having a YouTube. But then as I was working more on my personal brand, I realized it doesn't have to necessarily stop you from doing something else. I just wanted to get out of my own way, and I feel like you can do the same. Like if I can do it, you can do it, for real. I was supposed to start in January. It is now March. You get the idea. So when I tell you that, just start, I'm not saying it because as if I don't understand that it's very hard, but you just have to do it. What I would recommend, and at least what I did, is I started playing around with the camera, right? Like I started to record things that I knew I was gonna post, get comfortable with talking on camera, because that made it easier for me. Like I did little things. Okay, I got a camera, messed around with the camera, recorded on my phone, you know. I'm also more comfortable with, especially if you're not comfortable with being in front of the camera or on social media, I'm very active on Instagram. Everybody knows me. I'm very active on Instagram and I post a lot of videos there. So now it's just like, well, why can't I post videos on YouTube? What I'm saying is that start there, start on YouTube, start on TikTok. Those are little things where if you can do a live, you can do an IGTV, small little clips, do some TikToks, do some IG reels to get loosen up. And I think once I loosened up, I was able to be like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna like hold back anymore, like YOLO. Also, what I did to help me get started is I tapped into my network. So after doing those practice videos, those practice ideas or whatever, I tapped into my focus group. All my friends and family, they're probably tired of the million ideas. They helped me as like a consumer base. They're an audience too. So if you have a support system, you have your friends and family, send them a video, a rough cut, bounce some ideas off of them, because that's a value that no one can take away from you. It's going to be really helpful. Shout out to all my friends and family who were my focus group. You can do it. You just have to click the red button to record, but also click the red button to subscribe, okay? Because I need some subscribers, okay? Number three is searchable content. I mentioned this earlier. How do you start a YouTube in 2021? Create searchable content, okay? This, again, YouTube owns Google. No, Google owns YouTube. So you need to treat your content as if, how can you search it, right? Not only one side of it is how can you help people, but then how can you, what are some terms, what are some ideas that are searchable? Yes, entertainment YouTube is definitely out there and thriving, but people use YouTube to search things. I mean, how many times have you guys looked up how to change a tire, how to cook something, how to, contour your nose, and all of that is on YouTube. I really wonder what they used to use before. Anybody know? How many times have you guys learned something from YouTube? Raise your hand. I learned how to change my first tire on YouTube. I Googled it and a video came up. Obviously, because people want to hear somebody telling them how to do it and explain it versus then reading on a blog or a website on how to do it. They want to hear someone talking to you. Like me, I'm telling you the tips to start a YouTube, because you don't want to just go and read. Oh, that's so boring. Why? Why would you want to read when you can have me on your screen? So this is going to help, especially after you're getting organized, you're pressing record, right? You want to, once you find your niche, you want to change your niche into something searchable. So for instance, nobody's going to care, if you're starting a YouTube just out and you don't have any following, nobody's going to care that you're going to the grocery store. Nobody's going to care that you necessarily moved somewhere. Nobody's going to care that you get your wisdom tooth taken out. Those are things where if you had a following, sure, people love to know what you're doing. But if you're getting started in 2021, you want to change those things into searchable content. So if you wanted to talk about grocery stores, I don't know why you want to, but if you did, you would change it to, how can you save $100 at the grocery store? How can you effectively use coupons? I never can use the coupons when I'm going to the grocery store. Like, I really am on a budget, so I want to do couponing, but I can never get a system together where I can use coupons. Now, if you love going to grocery store and you love to coupon or you love to save money, that's a great channel that you can get into, where you're going to teach people, okay, wisdom tooth. Again, like I mentioned, nobody might care that you're getting your wisdom tooth taken out. They're not going to search that, hey, this random person getting their wisdom tooth taken out. But somebody is going to be in pain after taking their wisdom tooth out, and they're going to want information on how to soothe their pain. What are some alternative measures that you can take, if there is any? So that's how you take, talking about what you like, which obviously it's teeth. Maybe you should be a dentist, not a YouTuber. And then you can make it searchable. So wisdom tooth, how to heal yourself from the pain of the wisdom tooth. Put it together. You have a great channel. Get it? Got it? Good. Number 4, quattro, is be creative. Be creative. Nobody wants you to sit on the camera and talk like this for 15 minutes. Okay, goodbye. No, honestly, Kim Kardashian probably could get away with that. But you can't. So you have to be creative. And that goes for editing. That goes for thumbnail. That goes for title. To grab people's attention. We have social media. We have TikTok. We have Facebook. We have Instagram. We have Snapchat. We have Thriller. I mean, there's so many different platforms and information out there. And YouTubers, right? There's a lot of YouTubers that are taking our attention. Bring some personality to the video. But you can't stop there. You also need to edit. So add some fun things here so people pay attention more. Okay. The title needs to be very clickbaity. I don't like titles, me personally, as a consumer. I don't like titles that are misleading, like really exaggerated. So, if you want to do that, do that. But, I prefer things where, like I said, in this title, 100 hours. Now you're going to click because you're going to be like, nah, she ain't really do 100 hours. But now that you're getting all these tips and all these gems, you realize that I did do that. So use that. So you have to put all of those things together to be creative, to have a successful YouTube in 2021. There are so many tools out there to use. There is no excuse in 2021. They had excuses before. I don't know how they was doing the YouTube when it was in earlier years. Now in 2021, there's so many tools. You have Canva, you have Adobe Premiere Rush, you have Quick, there's so many different tools. I'm putting some here so you guys can see what I use, but then also what you can use. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, but it also is about an investment in your brand and your business. I'll go more in depth in some of the tools that I use to edit these amazing videos in another video. Keep it fun yet engaging. Okay? Got it? Good. Lastly, what does the song go? Closing time. I can't. It's number 5. Tip number 5. I actually did not see a lot of this tip out there, but it kind of is me talking to myself. Again, you're joining me on my journey. I'm helping you while I'm helping me. It's the blind leading the blind. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Have fun. That is the last tip, because man, life is already so hard. And if you're going to treat YouTube when you're starting out in 2021, which is a little late, and you don't have fun with it, you won't last a month. You won't last a month because you need to edit stuff. You're going to stress out about it. You're going to, I need this, I need that. I want to be a perfectionist. Just have fun. I think that's what is the conclusion for me, is that I got organized. I created a plan. I figured out my niches. I have like 3, but I figured out how they, coexist and go together. These are passionate topics I'm talking about. I'm being creative with my editing. I'm making searchable content. So as I'm doing all of this, I'm having fun. I'm learning. Again, these are things that I enjoy, especially if you have a family or you have a full-time job. If you make YouTube a full-time job when you first start out, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to last. You're going to be stressed out. And according to Think Media, to get your first 1,000 subscribers or to really get a momentum going on your profile, you need about 35 videos. You need 35 rough and tough videos. So if you really calculate that, that's a little bit less than, the whole year. Now imagine the whole year you not having fun on this hobby. Yes, it can be a great side hustle and bring in money, but the number one thing is that it has to be fun. So just to recap one more time, because I was talking a lot, I'm going to go over the 5 tips one more time. Number 1, get organized and start formulating a plan, okay? Get those drafts and those ideas down on the paper. Drop your ideas in the comments. I want to hear your ideas. It could be the craziest idea. Just share it with somebody. See what people think about it. Number 2, press record. Hit that little red button. Just do it. Start smaller on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok if you want to, and then you can grow into being on YouTube. That's what I did. I recommend that to anyone. Number 3, make searchable content. No one cares maybe in the beginning that you got an argument with your boyfriend or you had a breakup. But if you help somebody get through a breakup, then you're onto something. I need some tips too, okay? So DM me. Number 4, be creative. Be creative. I can't wait to like really get into the rhythm of making videos, because there's a lot of creativity in here, and I am trying to follow the steps myself. So I'm just pressing record and I'm just making the videos, but I have a lot of ideas of how more creative this channel is going to be. Use the tools out there to help you be creative. You don't have to do it alone. Number 5, the last and most important one really is have fun. Just have fun. Start slow, start easy, and have fun. Because if you stress yourself out very early in the beginning, you won't last. We want to see you last, because I want to hear all those crazy wisdom teeth, grocery store, how to break up ideas for YouTube, because we need your content too. You guys want to hear from me. That's why you're watching a video. That's why you're watching a video all the way to the end. Okay? That is it. Thank you for tuning into the August Media Academy. Let me know if I was dropping gems for you guys. Let me know if it was helpful. This is where I'm getting the feedback from you guys. Did I miss anything? Did I not link anything? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I never use any of the coupons when I go groceries, go shopping. What are some tips that somebody can? I'm making myself laugh. Okay. There's so many different, and we want to see you last, because I want to see all those crazy wisdom teeth. We want to see you laugh. For instance, I had, tip record. Someone says, role playback. This is where get up under the weight of procrastination, perfectionism, and self-pity. Drop the mic on them. Like, that was really fun, actually. I did, whew. And I hit that. I didn't even need a script. And I've been using a script. I didn't even need a script. And I love this backdrop. Okay.